Welcome, goddesses. Come on in. How are you doing? I decided to come in smooth today. Calling all the goddesses. Calling all the goddesses. Woo! Calling in the energy of the great mother, the ancient mother, the ancestral mother, all the ancestral light. How are you all doing out there? I see Mr. Storm is already in the house. Let me take that down. Yeah, I chose that music for a reason, actually. I decided I wanted to talk about, alongside the astrology, I'm going to do a reading. I want to talk about Durga. She is a goddess associated or from the Hindu tradition out of India. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to talk about her. And I want to talk a little bit about Oya, maybe even Sekhmet. Maybe there's some messages from Sekhmet and Pele, you know? So, yeah, I am excited to be here today. How are you all doing? I am Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. Sometimes we need to be healing, sometimes we need to be growing and evolving, and other times we're just working and focused on what it is we are here to do. We are about the business, so we're just looking to be successful, and we can use astrology, oracle readings, healing tools, as well as embodying the goddess within, connecting to the goddess without. That's what the goddess centered lifestyle is all about. In order to do all of this, all right, we're here on this space time continuum. We may as well, make the most of it. And so I just love bringing the framework of ancient wisdom, astrology, and all things goddess. Hello to all of the goddesses out there, to the G Hive. G stands for goddess, so just so happy that you all are there. If there are any new ladies here, hello and welcome. I'm not just a talking head, even though typically I'm up here being a talking head, but this is actually a community. So jump into the comments and yeah, join us. Come on in. Come on in. All the goddesses, let's come on in. This is a space that is crafted, created for you to a certain degree by you. It's all about you. All right. So, yeah, thank y'all for being here today. Hello, Mystic Storm. So happy to see you. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Your horoscopes are still in a time warp. This is not a normal time. Right now, this is not a normal time. So I'm not surprised to hear that, Carrie. She told me last week, she commented that things were I think she's ahead of her. Like the transits are happening 1 week ahead for her. So there's something about the space-time continuum that's just moving in a different pace for you, Carrie. So yeah, I do want to ask, do you have something to drink? I'm drinking out of my gutsy mug. Carrie and I, that's how we met, through the gutsy, is it Gutsy Boss? Yeah, Gutsy Boss. That's how me and Carrie met, actually. I'm drinking out of my gutsy mug because right now I think right is the time to be gutsy. That's the message that I'm getting. It's time to be gutsy. Maybe it's just me, others may not be feeling that, but that's what I'm feeling right now. It's time to be a little gutsy. So, yeah. I thought that I was like, "Oh, Carrie, look at us. We're all aligned." Hello, Minister Ocean Kimmy. Good to see you. To the new grandmother. This morning I'm drinking sparkling water. I just felt like, ooh, I need to keep hydrating. My scalp is super dry right now. But also I just feel like I need that little extra spark for my brain. So yeah, let me know what your morning beverage is. I would love to hear that. Also, I'm going to light a candle. Um, we're calling in the energy of our ancestors right now. That's also something I think is key for us right now, is deepening our connection and work with the ancestors. So we just want to give thanks right now to our ancestors of light. We send light and love to all of our dark, deceased ancestors, those who are stuck, those whose names we choose not to call just because, yeah, we just send you light and love. We send you on your way, dark, deceased ancestors. And we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. We give thanks that our ancestors walk with us day in and day out. And we just are calling you in, ancestors. As people who live in a land, the majority of us are here in the United States, as people who live on a land where the chief Orisha for us, we're going to just call you an Orisha, is the Egun. Egun are the ancestors. And we are calling on you to lead us, to guide us, to direct us, to be with us as we walk through this life, to support us individually and collectively, to help us to see the legacy as it is and what is our part of the legacy, and supporting us in living out that legacy so that we leave the world better than we left it, so that we leave a path forward, a blueprint for those who will come behind us. Thank you, ancestors, for leaving that blueprint for us. We ask that you continue to reveal it to us. And thank you for helping us to lay down the tracks, the blueprints that will be for those who come behind us. We call on the energy of the ancient mothers of all time, the great feminine wisdom keepers. We just honor you and we ask that you be here with us, lead us, guide us, direct us, ancient mothers. We also I'm just inviting you to call in your guides, just all the wisdom energies or whatever it is that you want to call in that is positive and will contribute to this being a wonderful experience, a wonderful morning circle for us all. We call in the energy of Herakahuti Ogun and all our masculine ancestors to stand at the door and guard it while we women work our magic. With grace and ease, we ask for the wisdom of Oya, Durga, Pele, and Sekhmet to just gently sprinkle in and share with us this morning. We give thanks to the mighty uh, power. We give thanks for the terrible goddess, the dark goddess, the goddess who is the warrioress. We give thanks for you all, for the messages that you're giving to us. But we also ask that you lead, guide, and direct us in our own lives. May the only thing that happened for us here this morning be for our highest and our greatest good. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Asheo, and so it is. And I light my candle and let's just stitch in. How do you stitch in? You just say your name and what you're bringing in to circle today, and your name and I am bringing in. So I am Tyra and I'm bringing in the warrior's energy this morning, as well as, I would say, as well as being grounded in the ancestors. I'm gonna hopefully leave that there. I always forget to blow it out, but that's okay. That's okay. So what are you all coming in with this morning? What are you coming in? All righty. You have your cup of Shango. Ashe. Oh. Yeah. One of the things that I'm working on putting together just for people who are interested is a path to get your elekes. And I'm just putting it out there now because it's like I'm gonna have to develop whatever this is. I've done it before, but I want to put it together in a new way. Part of the thing that's going on with me and the ancestors right now is wanting to um, give people the path into connecting with our ancient ancestors, especially those of us who are of Afro descent. Ifa is not just for people who are Afro; it's for anybody. Everybody's initiated into Ifa. But I know a lot of Black people around the world need to reconnect with African spirituality. And I will, in this community, I trust most anybody who would want to go through, if you're not Black, that you would come through and just be respectful. But I'm assuming, I know that there's a lot of Black people that want to initiate. And so I want us to get back to these roots. I was not watching, but listening to this song from Moana 2 this morning. And I'm like, it's so frustrating to not have my African language and those traditions. And we've had to recreate them here in the United States. And so, that part of the movie, it's just, I don't want to give it away in case people haven't seen it, but there's a part of the movie where the ancestors become so apparent, like it makes me cry. And I thought, I may not have all of the words. You can learn Yoruba once you can learn it now if you want to. But, I think about, I have the name Omilade. I was initiated, got that name. It's like, I want other people to have this experience because there's a level of comfort that it brings us. And it's not for everybody, maybe this isn't for you, and it's okay. But for those who want that name. So for instance, Ocean Kimmy is one of them. Ocean Kimmy is somebody who has gone through she was not born with the name Ocean Kimmy. She has taken on this name Ocean Kimmy as a part of this initiation into Africa. So, or African spirituality. I want that for us. I want that for us. So that is coming because right now the energy of the ancestors is important for us to um, connect with that energy. And it's important for us to continue to open ourselves to be led, guided, and directed. And also to remember what is taught in the Metu Neter. It's a book about Egyptian spirituality. What is taught in the Metu Neter is that we are the lives that we're living right now is in fact making a determination about what kind of ancestor we're going to be. We really want to be thinking about that because we want to be the type of ancestor who is able to come. And I know all of y'all are because y'all are here. People who are connected with me, you're going to be great and mighty ancestors. But we want to be that type of ancestor like Mulan. That was my first movie where I was just like, you could see people. Literally, the ancestors were working with Mulan, even though she wasn't aware of it, right? But that is my perception of the ancestors. And, to be able to be that ancestor who can help from the other side is beyond amazing as I see it. And also, though, to be guided by the ancestors. This is how we stay in alignment with our destiny, with our purpose, with our mission, okay? With the ancestral legacy and the part that we are here to fulfill. And I think that with all of the upcoming shifts and changes that are happening, initially when I saw the election results from the United States, it just felt like so horrible, and well, it still is horrible, don't get me wrong. But it was like what I said to myself is that is so typical American. The United States is it's that me focused, me centered type of country. And, it's all like everywhere we go, why don't, well, not all of us, but in general, sometimes Americans go other places and they're just kind of like conform to me, even though you're in somebody else's country. That person is in someone else's country. And I thought, you're so arrogant. You think this is about just the United States? No. Whatever is about to happen with this upcoming shift in the astrology, this is on the world level. And so, maybe the United States is going to be a major player in why things unfold the way that they do. But honestly, we're in a time that I was listening to an astrologer who talked about he pretty much confirmed what I thought, but he has way more experience with me than me. So it made me feel good to hear him say what I have been thinking, which is unprecedented for this many planets to be shifting signs. And these are the outer planets: Pluto, Neptune. Let's see here: Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. They are all shifting signs. Jupiter shifts signs once a year, right? It's gonna stay in one sign for about a year, but still, it's an outer planet, and it stays in a sign for a year, right? So we have all these planets. Every last one of these slow moving planets, when they move from one sign to a new one, it's a big deal when it's just one. Pluto moving from Sagittarius into Capricorn is what caused the 2007 crash, right? Or 2007, 2008. And it was, I knew something was going on here in the world. I was not super astute as to, about the news and how it affected and impacted everyone. But it turned out it was a world crisis, right? That's just one planet changing sign, right? So to have them all changing signs is, we're in for a time of our life. It's really and truly, I mean, I thought to be a part of 2020 was something special. we we are real bad mama jammas, as my mama would say. You a bad mama jamma to be alive at this moment and juncture. And so I just think that working with the ancestors is more important than ever. Allowing yourself to just be open to, you have help. That's another thing that is coming. Oh, let me just finish what I was saying. So, I'm thinking, whoa, what's going on in the United States, baby? This ain't just the United States. This is going to happen on the world level, a whole realignment. And so, but it's not the first time it's ever happened, right? The space-time continuum has been here for a long time. So, um, the ancestors who lived before us, they've already done it. They've already been here and done this, right? And so it's important for us to be leaning on the ancestors. Um, One of the biggest lessons that I've received is, it's like, don't ever forget, you co-create this world. You co-create your life, not by yourself. The ancestors are here with you. I believe in spirit guides, whether you do or not, it doesn't even matter. Everyone has their own way of understanding reality. I believe in guides, and, I remember someone calling them non-physical friends, right? So working with the ancestors is key, is so, so important. And so part of being in Ifa, or being a part of this spiritual tradition, is the part of the framework, like foundational to it, is working with the ancestors. And I just think connecting to the ancestral ways, and we all have so many things in us. A lot of us have other blood from other cultures and countries or whatever that aren't African. I don't care what you connect with. Connect with the ancient ways, and your ancestors of light, and that is going to support you, so much this year. Okay. Or really and truly, what we're in for is not just 2025. We actually need to get to 2028. Okay. Good morning, Vivi Embroidery Queen. Welcome. Good morning. Glad you are here. Hello, the Flow House. Oh, Sharmika, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for letting me know it's you. I like that name, the Flow House. Okay, so yes, we are all stitched in. So let's just look at the astrology. And I have to be honest with you, I haven't even looked to see what it says yet. So I am going to we're going to be looking at this together. How was that full moon? We had the full moon. Oh, this is March. We had the full moon on Monday. That was in Cancer. One of the things that I kind of laughed at was I mentioned in my video for the full moon that Mars was right there, part of that full moon. So some people could be a little bit irritated, angry, that kind of thing. And I did have some irritation. I would just have to say, breathe, Tyra. Mars is there. It's gonna come, it's gonna go. I did feel so irritated. Not the whole day, but a little bit. And also, I just feel like this Cancer full moon, Cancer is about the ancestors. It's another reason why I'm just like, I love the ancestors. They are with us. We got to work with the ancestors more. So yeah, that full moon was something else. I felt like it was a beautiful full moon. I'm a Cancer, a Piscean, so I love the water signs. I love, love, love the water signs. So yeah. And let's just see here. Before I keep going, let me see here. Ah, yay. Awesome. Shango. Okay, so yes, so we've missed you. We've missed you. You've been on my mind actually. So when I saw you, I was like, okay. I conjured you up. So yeah, let's see here. What is today? The 15th. Okay, Sun opposition Mars. So something that I want to tell y'all is this on here? Mars opposition Pluto. So right here on January the 3rd, Mars opposition Pluto. That was the second time that happened. The first time it happened was, I think it was around November 3rd or something like that. And that was the first time it happened. I don't actually remember much because, of course, the United States election happened around that time. So, um, but it's very significant. The more I think about it, the more I hear people talk about the Mars Pluto opposition. I honestly believe it's part of the reason that we have had so much violence kind of standing out at the beginning of the year because they were right there together coming into the new year. And I hate to say it, I think it's connected to um, the fires out in California. I'm sure it's other things too. So there's like, and Mars is actually not super strong right now because it's retrograde. So, I was wondering, is that part of the reason why these fires are, I haven't looked at the update today, but I'm like, these fires have been no joke to put out. And so I just want y'all to know that there is a lot going on with Mars right now. First, it's not strong because it's retrograde and it's opposing a planet that's just like, oh, you want to fight? Let's do it. Right. And so today we have another planet oppositioning Mars. We have the sun opposing Mars. And, both of them are fiery. And the sun is like the part of ourselves that's our soul, and it's being enlightened and having all of these ingenious ideas, and to a large extent it brings the light. It's leadership, it's creative energy. It's not exactly like Jupiter, but when I think about the sun, it's just kind of like this brilliance and it's this openness of energy. um and Mars is the warrior. So we have like the king, which is the sun, opposing, or like in a well, opposing. Yeah, that's just the name of the transit, but it's like I want y'all to think of that word when somebody or something is opposing you. That's what the sun and Mars are doing. And so Mars is the planet of war. And I wonder, is there like this on the inside of us, is there some pull, some tussle? Maybe I think that some of us are a little bit like blocked. And this transit is really bringing in that pressure and that tension to really make you look at, this is what you're supposed to be focused on. This is what you need to be doing. And it's like building up that energy, building up that courage to get you to go, to get you to move. This is definitely something that, it can bring up tension, it can bring up fighting, and maybe you're kind of like at odds with somebody who you see as in a position of authority, or maybe somebody's pushing up against you as the person in authority. It's definitely like this fight against authority figures or perceived authority figures. But an opposition is really trying to get you to look at things. I think that some of us have lost our focus, and Mars being slowed down is like, hey, you need to refocus. And it started yesterday, today, and into tomorrow. It's like we need you to get clear about what it is you're supposed to be focusing on. And my question to you is, are you doing what you feel your soul is calling you to do? Or, when we think about our mission, it could be our mission in life, it could be our mission for January, right? You know what it is. You are a divine goddess, and I am not here to tell you what you need to be focused on, because you are so wise. You already know. But being in human form, we forget. And so it's like, what is it that have you gotten off mission? Or the other thing feel is it's something about resistance. Where are you resisting? How are you resisting? And it's like this pressure gets built up that's like, hey, let's get refocused. And also Mars is this energy of courage. And it's like, we need to be moving forward. So I want you to, it's like making you see it's building it all up so that you finally say, I've got to have that courage. I've got to go. I quoted this to somebody the other day, this old Negro spiritual. I'll go if I gotta go by myself, but I'm going. Good news is the ancestors are with you. You are not going by yourself. Now, interestingly, the sun is in Capricorn and Mars is in Cancer. So some of this is like, and I think I talked about this in my full moon video. Some of it is like, do you have some stuck emotion that it's from a long time ago? And like every time you try to make that forward movement, make that progress and be successful, what ends up happening is you it's like some emotion comes over you. Maybe it's fear. Some people might really be dealing with a lot of fear. That's one of the things I really want to talk about today with Durga. It's like fear or whatever that emotion is. And Mars and the sun are like, baby, we gotta take care of this. You've got to heal whatever this stuck emotion is. You've got to alchemize it. You've got to do what is needed to release it from your body, from your emotional body, your physical body, so that you can begin to move in the direction that you want to go. It's very, very important. Could be something ancestral holding you back. A lot of people are kind of like, well, I'm from this family, or, it's whatever this thing is about your family. And maybe it's kind of like, we don't do that. And this transit is like, yes, we do. You've just made a decision that we don't do that. But your destiny, your goals, your intentions are calling you up higher to do these things over here. And so it's time for you to break through, release, let go of, all these myths and lies about your ancestral lineage and what it means to you. Because a lot of times I find the majority of us are here to redefine our ancestral lineage, to take our lineage in a whole new direction. We will take the good parts, but we're not taking it all. So that's something else that could be coming through also. I really do think it's more of kind of like there's this thing that's tethering you down, and this transit is trying to help you get untethered. But it starts with awareness that you're tethered, right? It starts with awareness that you're tethered. So, and it's definitely something about a past memory. Maybe it's some memory that just keeps coming up for some of y'all. You just keep remembering, remembering, remembering. And this thing is haunting you. It is like, something that's not working for you. And so Mars is like, baby, we're getting ready to run through this thing. We're gonna confront this memory, and we're gonna really ask it, what do you want? What do you want me to know? What are you still afraid of? How can I take care of you? How can I protect you? At the end of the day, this also could be simply there's something out of balance with home and work. Maybe you work too much, you're not taking care of the home. Maybe you're not doing everything you really need to do around work and career. And you're just kind of like burying your head in the sand and just kind of like you kind of checked out just at home. Maybe you're just chilling at home, or maybe it's like also another option could be there's something happening in your family that's distracting you from your career, and it's asking you to get this in balance. So, yeah, 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 yeah. Monday was frustrating. Crazy night at work, and the full moon brings crazy in nursing. I knew you were gonna say that. I was expecting you. The more I read, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna say crazy comes with the moon, the full moon in nursing." Mm-mm-mm. That is such a good point, Sharmika. I've thought about that because I was like, I wonder how I could transfer the snow from my side of the country to over there. But the way you just said it like that, I'm like, it could not be more different. Mm, wow. And if you think about Cancer versus Capricorn, so maybe things will change a little bit when the sun goes in Aquarius. I don't know. Um, because Capricorn is the cold. Cancer, at least here in the northern hemisphere, is the summer. Wow. Okay. Even though that first, okay, I don't want to get too technical because then I'll start. Yeah, fire and ice. Mm-mm-mm. Are you serious? I don't know why that song is in my head. Maybe I'm picking up on your energy. But yeah, the other day, I was in a circle and I don't remember why I told them that. I was like, but this is what we sing in my tradition. I'll go if I have to go by myself. If my brother, if my mother, my father, my brother, my sister don't go, I'll go if I have to go by myself. We are in the year of Oya, so we are definitely in a time. Yeah. Oh, change and transformation. I need to look more at the snake too. When I really just started tuning into we're in the year of the snake, I was just like, we're in a 9-year in numerology. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Okay. So I've talked that one to the high ends. Okay, so Mercury invisible. I mean, excuse me. Oh, Mercury invisible. Okay. So Mercury's been visible, is now invisible just because it's getting closer to the sun. There's going to be a Mercury conjunct the sun coming up here at some point. But anywho, Mercury invisible happens a huge part of the year, so it's nothing new. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's not invisible. It's not visible. A lot of times when it becomes visible, I like to let you all know because you can definitely use it gives that planet more power. So it's back to being invisible. Okay, so let's just look at January the 17th. We have Sun sextile Neptune. Now I like that one because this is a week where I think we are focused on really kind of like what is it that we're here to be working on, getting a little bit more connected with the purpose, just like what I was just talking about, or something that we need to be acting on. And this one can bring that energy of inspiration. It's like me and spirit are one. I'm getting all kinds of downloads. So I love that. I think that the only caveat I have about that one is the sun and Neptune are deeper into their signs, and it starts to get a little karmic around that time. So I want y'all to know it could be some type of karmic download, like now through easily mid-May. I just think that you're going to be seeing, you're going to be getting a lot of messages, a lot of downloads. The veil is thinner than we are used to experiencing for a lot of us. And so just be open. Be open. That one definitely, I think, could bring some connection to the ancestors. The sun is in Capricorn, and Capricorn does have to do with family. It's the sign of the elder. And Neptune is in Pisces, which is the sign with the Pisces is the sign that has to do with the other side. You know what? And it's real close to the North Node. The North Node, I just like to make sure I always tell people because it's frustrating when people talk astrology. And they must be using the true nodes on here. Yeah, no, the true nodes. Maybe the mean nodes. I think these are the mean nodes because according to what I typically use, the nodes are already in Pisces, okay? But anywho, yeah, the sun is gonna connect with Neptune and then almost immediately connect with the nodes. So this is the node. It has to do with the moon. It's what creates the eclipses. And so I just think that it's a nice transit. You could feel supported. It could just really give you a lot of insight and downloads and like optimize your creative, ability, your imagination, and it could bring in some support. Like to me, it could bring in support. It could be spiritual support. It could literally be a person or something happens in the physical realm and you get some support. And by the same token, it could really be bringing in this energy that's very karmic, and or you could be hearing from the ancestors, okay? Now, here we have Venus conjunct Saturn on the 18th of uh January. I haven't fully mapped. Oh, yeah, this is not. I was going to say I haven't fully mapped out the Venus retrograde. Seems like this is a part of Venus retrograde, that during Venus retrograde, it's going to conjunct with Saturn again. I need to look at that. This is very significant as I see it, especially for women, because Venus is the planet of women. It has to do with prosperity, abundance, your appearance, relationships. It's a very important planet, okay? It's all about manifesting. And she's conjuncting with Saturn, which is the planet that's all about crystallizing a thing. And when we say conjunct, I want you to think they're sitting on the same seat. They are just right there together. They've been traveling all around the place. And well, Mars takes its time. Venus, met with Mars not too long ago, and now they're meeting again. It's like they hadn't seen each other in about 15 months or so. So they're meeting, and it starts a new cycle. It starts a new time. And I told y'all what they have to do with, Saturn, like I said, is crystallizing a thing. It's a plan. Saturn has to do with cycles and success and making progress. But it's this energy that's like we are patient and we have to take our time and that kind of thing. So with the meeting with Venus, it brings those two topics together where, it's kind of like getting that plan and sprinkling it and mixing it with, our spiritual work and, manifestation work and all of that visualization, because Venus has to do with that kind of thing. Venus is also the energy of Oshun, so I want you to think about all the things that Oshun does to manifest, mixing it with a planet like Saturn, which is like a stone. It's like a rock. It's like I said, it's all about crystallizing a thing. It's crystals. So that's something that you could be doing. Dancing and wearing crystals, or I don't know, make a circle with crystals and dance in the circle and think about this piece of paper, be it virtual or real, that you have written down your plan. Because see, Saturn is like, hey, you want to succeed? Write it down. This would be the embodiment of Erica Badu's quote, which I don't know if she really said it, but I love quoting, giving her the credit. Write it down and watch ish happen. This is the embodiment of that. So that's what I want y'all to do on that day. I want you to revisit your goals and your intentions. If you haven't already written them down, write them down. And I want you to just think about all the changes that you want to make in your life, or all the things that you want to call in, however you want to describe it, and use that transit to help you imbue you with what it takes to actually make it happen. Because Venus is dancing. Oshun, she's dancing and having a good time. And yeah, we want to bring a good time to manifesting. But Saturn is like, get it done. Be patient, work hard, get it done. That's pretty much what Saturn is bringing to us. It's like, you will feel like miracles have happened after you do the hard work. I remember actually one of my friends said that. Who was it? Somebody. Oh, yes. Okay. But it was like, what she was saying was, yes, there are some major positive things that are manifesting in her life that are wowing people. She said, but when I really think about it, I've been working hard for the last 2 to 3 years. And I'm like, I'm a witness. Miracles oftentimes look like they're happening after people have worked, put in the effort, had faith when it looked like all hope was gone. They were like, no, I'm not giving up. I just know. You know how I like to say, the Black woman, I know that I know that I know that I know that I know. Would not quit. Had many a nights maybe where there were tears streaming down their face, but because they're just so frustrated how it seems like things are not working. Typically, the things that look miraculous come after all of that. And that is what this transit is all about. You want to use it to imbue yourself also with these same qualities, because Venus and Saturn, they're meeting inside of you. They're meeting inside of me. Okay. They're meeting inside of all of us. We all have a chart where they're meeting. All right. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. It all depends on if you're using the true nodes or the mean nodes. And so if I look at Cafe Ephemeris, it's using the true node. Okay. So, yes. So if you're using the true node, then yes, the nodes have already changed signs. If you're using the mean node, which I'm assuming this website is using the mean node, well, they say true. Yes, this is the mean node, because I don't know if you can see this, but right here it says node mean, and it's still in Aries. And I think it's on the 29th that both the mean node and the true node will be in Pisces, but I'm going with the true node. So yeah, that's that answer. Great Horizon Bliss, welcome. Glad you're here. Okay, so let's see here. We have the sun moving into Aquarius season on the 19th. Aquarius. Woohoo! Aquarius. Wow. What an important sign. And you can see the sun is conjuncting Pluto on the 21st. Woo! That's interesting. I want to see what's going to happen. What's going to come out in the news today? Sun conjuncting Mars. I'm assuming something will be coming into the news because then the sun is conjuncting Pluto and these planets have been oppositioning. So the sun is going to bring something into light, something that has been dark. I think it'll be about society, it'll be about tech. It seems like there's nothing new under the sun with all of this social media. It's just so much coming out all the time. It almost seems like nothing actually really stands out. But I really wonder, what is this going to bring forth? What is it going to bring to light? Because Pluto is in the dark. It's a hidden planet. It's a planet that's about going deep down into the earth. I really do think that that is going to help us to kind of see either on the individual level, on the collective level, I should say. It's going to be it's like a Persephone type of vibe where there's something about our power, our inner power, and it's like tapping the power within. Very important, and it'll help to bring our confidence to us as we tap this power within, because that's what Pluto is. It's about the power, and Sun, of course, is like what makes us special, what makes us unique. So Sun conjunct Pluto. Um, Initially, I was kind of concerned about this one with the presidential. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Sun conjunct Pluto. If I was recording a video right now, I would pause it like, wait a minute. Why does that say the 21st? When does the sun conjunct Pluto? Because I thought it was the 20th. Anywho, they're not now that I think about it. Okay. So they're not exact on the 20th. I'm so grateful. Anywho, um, but what this one astrologer who I trust said was that Sun conjunct Pluto is going to illuminate what's in the dark and bring it out into the light so that we can actually know it's there and do something about it. I think that could be collectively, but that sounds like something good too, on the individual level. So yeah, Aquarius is the sign of weirdness, and it's kind of like I'm gonna do my own thing, and it's quirky and irky. I mean, not irky, but I was trying to rhyme. It's just like weird, and embracing that weird factor, I think, is something that is so important during Aquarius. It's like be okay in the ways that you are strange, because it's just kind of like that's what we need it helps us to know like a new and different way of doing things. It helps us to keep from being stuck and just doing the same thing every day, all the time, being like everybody else. Even though the negative side of Aquarius to me is the Borg, from Star Trek. We could be the Borg too, but yeah, Aquarius is about making progress, and so this is a good time to be looking at where are you in your progress. How do you need to make progress? Where do you need to make progress? It's about goals and being gameful, and it's also about the collective. Like, what collective are you a part of? Maybe during this time you'll think, oh, I want to participate in a conference of some sort, or you just want to go be with people who think like you, who are a part of you. Maybe you're looking for a community, maybe you start your own community. I always say, I think it's just so important for us to, if you have a message that you want to broadcast, we are under the illusion that we've got to be somebody great and grand, right? I look at people who do podcasting and, it's so polished and they have everything so down or whatever. And I'm like, but we're not all called to do that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't broadcast the message out. It doesn't matter. If you change, I literally believe this. I have to. Because if you look at my numbers on my videos, it's never high compared to, you know, even people who make hundreds get hundreds of views. It's so rare that I get that many views. And if I thought my work was based on how many people watch my videos, I would have quit a very long time ago. But in my mind, it's like if I help one person, I don't care. That's all that matters to me. Let me just help that one person. And I don't need everything to be, just like squeaky clean and so perfect and polished for me to get a word from somebody who has a beautiful message to broadcast. And I really want to put that out. The world needs us more to say, to share. Maybe it's not all the time you're going to be speaking. Maybe you're going to be broadcasting little videos of your art or of your dance. Or, if you are speaking, maybe I'm thinking about Ocean Kimmy, and she has all the bracelets and all the crystals that she puts on the bracelets and stuff like that. That helps people to understand, oh, there's a different way of wearing jewelry, right? Or, I watch a lot of educational videos. We need people to be talking about things that help us to better understand the world that we live in. And maybe they're not PBS and don't have books on, the New York Times best-selling list. It doesn't matter. If this person is showing me they are doing their best to help me to understand the world in their own unique way, that's another reason why I love Aquarius. I love it. I am so appreciative of them taking that time and getting that message out there. So I really want to encourage you all with Sun and Aquarius to embrace your weird factor. Take that time to be a little bit weird and love it. And find other people who are weird like you so that you can feel at home in your weirdness. And also find a way to help society make progress. Maybe you're not going to be online, but you'll be somewhere doing something to make a contribution. It's just so, so important. So that's the Sun in Aquarius. Let's see here. Yeah, with Pluto, yeah, I'm just telling y'all that that's just something that's about society. Full stop. We need to really be paying attention to what happens today on the 15th and what happens on the 21st. Okay, so it's Mercury sextile Saturn, Mercury sextile Venus. Again, sextile energy is a little bit, extra over the next week. I like sextile. Sextile is like Venusian energy. It can help you to manifest, but you've got to do something. This is not, it just drops in your lap. It is, you've got to put in some effort to make it happen. It's like an opportunity is presented to you, and it's only going to work out if you actually take it, if you actually embrace it. That's what a sextile is. And so we have Mercury, the mind, sextiling with Saturn and sextiling with Venus, which I think could help bring like this grounding energy to the mind, bring a lot of ideas during that time, bring about some rich conversation on the 19th. Mercury is the media. So, I have to always tell y'all where I really stand so you'll understand why I say what I say. If somebody has something more to contribute, please do. But I'm very biased against most media outlets right now because I just think they're not doing a great job. But maybe on the 19th, they'll do a good job, or some media outlet will do a good job. Something with the media, because Mercury is the media. And, for it to have two transits, interesting. Oh, that's because it's transiting. Oh, let's look at that. I like that right there. So Venus and Saturn are over here and Mercury is up here. So I just think that um what that can bring, like I said, I think it can bring some solid conversation where it's like you have this concept and it's going to help you to really understand how to make it happen. Think about the plan that you have. And if you're sort of like, I don't really know how to make this happen during that time, somebody could come through and share something with you that is helpful. Um, but Mercury is going to bring this groundedness, all of that Pisces energy can just kind of have us out there just like flowing, you're just like in the clouds. And then Mercury having that solid Capricorn mind right now can help to get you grounded so you can really get some things done. Um, I think that also it's sort of like the thing that is going to help you to during that time, something that can really help is like you're having these thoughts that are very helpful, or maybe you're hearing people say things and you're like, I never thought about it like that. And then it's helpful to you, okay, and helping you to do something, get something done. I even think we could get like some good manifestation during that time, or like getting closer to manifesting, or some good news could come in during that time. Okay, so yeah. I also just want to say this. I want y'all to pay attention to January 26th. I'm gonna have to go back and remember what's happening, but I heard the 26th is a very important day. I'm gonna make a video about that. I should not have brought it up without looking into it more in depth. So we're in the waning moon phase because we just had the full moon in Cancer. So we're in the waning moon phase, and the waning moon phase is a time to purge and release and let go. And as you prepare for that new moon, which is going to be on the 29th. So I just want to, make sure I remind you all that we're in that waning moon phase. And so what is it that you want to be releasing, letting go of? Just pay attention as you go through your week. What is coming up that's like, girl, you need to let that go right there. You need to let that go. Okay. Yes, authentic voices. We need authentic voices more than ever. And I honestly believe that that is going to become more and more a desire with the information age. I've been saying this for a couple of years now. At some point, being online, which it's like if we're going to be online, we want to be online doing something that feels good, feels authentic. But at some point, it's just like I need real connection. Okay, so I think that's what I have there for y'all. I want to do a reading with my African Goddess Rising deck. And but yeah, this week I'm good with this week. I like this week. It has its challenges, but I do think that it's a good week for starting to get yourself ready for a reset and getting some clarity around some things, even if it's through feeling a little bit like frustrated, tense, that kind of thing. Good morning. Yes, I have readings. I do. Um, I was thinking this morning, I need to get my Shopify store listed on my website. Because links to past places where you could go to get readings, I got rid of that website. And so yeah, you may not be able to find my readings because I haven't really actually formally launched my store, but I just dropped a link there to my All Things Goddess shop. And if you go under shop all and go to personalized oracle readings, you will see the options for readings. The mini reading is not available right now. I don't always do those, but the other two are always there. The other two are always there. Thank you for asking. How are you? Yeah, it's just been talk about a reset. I've already received one reset. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, really two. I moved from being on one platform where I housed everything that I sold to Shopify. And then my computer crashed on me. And it was like I had to start from scratch to a certain degree. Put stuff on the cloud, y'all. Put stuff on the cloud, Dropbox, Google. I don't know. Put it somewhere. Don't be like Tyra. I didn't do a good job of backing up my computer. Ooh. So yeah, I need to do a better job so that if you need a reading, you can get one. Also, I put out a video yesterday where I shared some of my transits. Oh, I like this reading, this first card. I put out some of my transits, and my goal is I really want to, let me just make sure nothing is wrong. I really want to I'm always about, I want to put the tools in your hands. Yes, there are times when you need to get a reading, because I'm telling y'all, I'm in a year-long astrology course, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so deep. It's so much to learn, and it's so many things that we can look at. But honestly, to have a good transit report just to kind of help you day to day is everything. So I want to start showing y'all the power of the transit report so that if you want to buy one and it's very affordable, then you can get that. That's my goal. So those are coming. I hope that y'all were able to watch that video and see how much I have so much change on the horizon. I'm almost scared. Who else is speaking? You know what? Ooh, I got to go with that one. I'm like, I was about to say, we need to talk about Durga. Durga. I think I'm just going to focus on Durga because her name came to me, but we'll be focused on Oya and Sekhmet, Pele. We do call on the energy of Pele. Just bring that fire down into the earth, Pele. Come on. Sekhmet, let's bring some distraction of that fire. How does that fire need to be distracted out there? Yeah. But yeah, let me just talk about Durga. So I'm not going to even act like I know that much about Durga. I just remember learning about her when I was initiating into my goddess tradition and realizing how powerful she is. Like she is fearless. Okay. She is fearless. And I was listening to a book today that was talking about that aspect of her and how they call on Durga in the Hindu tradition for protection. And so I thought, you know what? I want to talk about Durga this morning. I'm going to talk about Durga right now, and then I'll go over this reading, which is fire. Okay, so I looked to see, did I have her in one of my oracles? And I did find her in the Pathways of the Soul oracle. This is a very old oracle of mine. And she's connected to the energy of anger. So I just want to talk a little bit about this, and let's just see, who is this for? Okay, so what this book talks about is anger is often barely held at bay. It's a highly reactive state of being that exists mainly from the feeling of not being heard or understood. It can flash forth in an instant, but make no mistake, anger spreads pervasive roots. It can govern one's total reality. And it's interesting as I read that, because I remember when I used to think I wasn't angry. And then I figured out, oh, I have a lot of rage. Me and Sekhmet, we were closely tied at one point. So it says, when in the anger state, it is imperative to acknowledge the need to access and resolve all the contributing issues. That's very much easier said than done. The original issues have long since become mass and externally activated experiences. And it's like the thing that we find ourselves mad about today is, am I really mad about that? Or is it something, what do you call it? Gestalt? It's like there's a cord. Oh my God. I got to tell y'all something. I'm going to finish. Slow down, Tyra. There's a cord from this moment of anger that leads back to another moment, the original moment of the anger. And that is what we really want to get to the root of when we're talking about this kind of anger. I think that women are actually very suppressed when it comes to anger, and it's not an emotion that we're comfortable with, but it's one that we need to learn to become comfortable with because it's important for us to get healthy, remain healthy, however you want to look at it. But when I talked about that cord, it made me remember I had pulled this card right here, etheric cords. So I wonder if Durga, this energy of Durga coming to me is all about connecting to these etheric cords that are connected to anger for some of us. I'm just going to go on ahead and stop and read this particular card, and then I'll go back to talking about anger. So, this is Ursula Dantor. Okay. What does she have to say to us this week? So it says Ursula Dantor fought elbow to elbow with her people during the Haitian Revolution to protect mothers and children. This is interesting. Wow. She represents the healing of the dark mother. And her guidance is if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. That just did something to me. Okay. And this is the wisdom. The energy cores binding you and someone you no longer wish to be attached to are strong. You must be willing to let go. I'm going to repeat that. You must be willing to let go. And what we have to remember is when we have these long cords, these longest thoughts connected to something in the past that happened, essentially they become a little bit of our comfort zone because that's part of the reason, that's part of the way we keep ourselves protected, even though it might be unconscious, right? That we're doing this. And so we get to a point where it's like, no, I'm just not gonna let go. I'll never forgive them, right? Or I gotta stay this way because this is how I stay alert and keep myself safe. So we have to be willing to let go of these cords, right? Close your eyes. Ooh, okay, do that if you can. See divine swords of God, goddesses, love, and light separating you and dissolving the cords between you and whoever the other person or situation is. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse physical grime, there's also grime in the form of energy cords, also called karmic ribbons, emotional cords, or etheric cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. So I'm wondering if Durga is trying to help us to see we need to cut some cords, and they're specifically related to anger. What does that mean to you all? I would love to hear. What are you getting from that? That is interesting to me. But maybe it's just me because I'm the one that's getting the message. But I'll share what's coming to me because it's meaningful. Okay, so let's go back to talking about anger. And so I do want to just say this is called Pathways, the Pathways Oracle, because it's about the pathway into the soul and out of the soul. It's like a labyrinth, right? And so this anger is one of the pathways out. It's not that we shouldn't be angry. It's more, I think it's a lot of us is dealing with suppressed anger, but it's like anger is representing something that needs to be released and let go of. And maybe we're going to be in touch with that this week. I mean, we just had the full moon in Cancer with Mars being there. So interesting again. So it says the underlying reality actually is grief. Hidden here are the slights and hurts that have accumulated over a lifetime. All right. Y'all hear that? Anger is the barrier preventing any understanding or genuine comprehension of self. There is a great unconscious concern related to getting past the anger. Anger is the sentinel guarding the fragility related to the hidden grief and pain. This state generally comes from experiences early in life, from not having your feelings even considered as viable. And this happened again and again and again. How many of us were told, keep crying and I'm gonna give you something to cry about? Ooh, that just did something to me. I'm grateful my mama didn't say that to me. I'm so grateful. But I know I heard it so much. I don't know where I heard it. It's just a part of our consciousness. So whew. One of the things with this Cancer full moon that we just experienced as stars is you really need to honor your emotions. You need to honor them. To be human is to be emotional. It's just how it is. And I say astrology often shows us what's just natural and normal. If we weren't supposed to be emotional, we wouldn't have the moon in astrology and going through all those different signs, right? Going through all those different emotions or types of emotional expressions. Um, and we need it's like being of service to yourself. One of the best ways you can take care of yourself is just to be like, well, today is a bad day. I'm not happy. And I would have cried. Or if you feel angry, it's like I'm mad. I don't like this. And to honor that, okay? It may take serious effort to agree to confront one's own attitudes and behaviors around this anger. It becomes imperative to agree to back down from the anger and instead feel the grief hidden within. Now, that's a good one. I haven't touched on the grief. So, in neurolinguistic programming, one of the first emotion when there's this process I take people through where it's all about releasing stagnant and stuck emotion. And do you know the very first emotion that we release is anger? And we are taught you have to do two back to back. You can give a person a break after that second one, but two back to back, you don't stop. They must be done together because the second one, sadness. Sadness is always under that anger. And we're talking about something that's been hanging around for a while. Sometimes when we feel angry in the moment, it's just in the moment. All right. So I don't want us to always feel like we got to psychoanalyze ourselves. It's when we know something is there. Right. So it's so important for us to really connect with the grief and to, I just think that that's really important. I remember during 2020, we talked about a collective grief. I don't think we healed that. And I think we're working on that right now. Okay. Mm. The hidden reality is based on the lack of honoring one's feelings, which involves a lack of regard for the truth contained in these feelings. Soon, even you have no regard for what you may feel or want and know about yourself. Instead, you mistrust every experience, considering the people and events in your life a continual string of abuse or hostile experiences. Your main mantra is some version of nobody understands me. Now, I've said that. The continual search for the rescuer usually goes unrewarded. It's one of the reasons why I say it's a hard truth that I have come to. Nobody's going to come save you, Tyra. You just got to make some decisions about your life and what you're going to do. You may find yourself stuffing in food to put a soft internal lid on your anger. You're so invested in anger and betrayal, it's hard to ever believe you'll have the life you want. And truly, do you even know what that life might be? So, this is why I chose this card because Durga is one of the energies connected with how do you work through this anger? And Durga, according to this oracle, it represents, and her name is spelled Durga, power over negativity. Durga, the warrior goddess, is depicted as a beautiful woman with 10 arms that bear divine weapons to protect all that is sacred, including you. She has been praised as a guardian in Hindu mythology. So I just want to encourage us all to work with this energy of Durga to help us. It's like in Ifa, we have the warriors. We have Eshu, Ogun, Ochozi, Osun. And I always say the warriors, you call on them to protect you. But oftentimes The enemy we most need to slay is the enemy within. I used to hear Iyanla say, the enemy is the inner me, right? Yes, there are times when we need to be protective of ourselves, and I'm calling in the energy of Durga to support us, all of us, at this time of massive transformation, to protect the most vulnerable during this time of massive transformation in the world. We call in the energy of Durga. That was another reason I wanted to bring Durga in, because I'm like, we need to be calling in these energies of the goddess now. Yeah, because we're headed in that direction. So, what cords do you need to cut today? I love that I pulled this one, Maat. I love that I pulled Maat. So, Maat is all about abundance. This is interesting. The name of this card is called Giving and Receiving. And she has to do with conjuring. So I really do think this is a week where we could be receiving quite a bit. She says, reset your harmonic balance. Interesting, because we talked about this week is a time where we need more balance. She said, it says, you are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and alignment. If you give, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. Giving and receiving is spiritual law and spell work. I've read this before, but this is the first time this one really hit me. All right, give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. So who needs to receive this week? Who needs to be somebody who is like, okay, somebody else take care of me this week? Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. So this week, receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. Because you remember, I talked about how we have the sextile energy this week. And it's like you can get it, but you've got to be willing to, it's something that can help you, but you've got to be willing to receive the help, the support. Who needs to hear that this week? Who needs to receive this week, right? And her goddess declaration is, I give easily and freely. I receive freely and easily. So this is Egypt. Urza Lee, I need to get her goddess declaration. Her goddess declaration is, I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. So cut those cords this week, y'all. We need to be cutting the cords this week. Woo, this last one, I'm so happy to see. Marie Laveau, good juju. Good juju. Okay, let's see here. Marie Laveau. The great ancestress Marie Laveau was larger than life, a larger than life New Orleans Vaudienne, a successful spiritpreneur. The famous voodoo queen first built a thriving business as a hairstylist. And this is what she has to say. Great luck is yours. So her with my eye, that's what's up. And I think what this card is asking us to do is it's like create space within you by cutting these cords to things that no longer serve you. Maybe at some point this cord was helping you in some kind of way, but you need, or this connection to that other person or situation was helping you, need to let it go in order to receive your good juju. So embrace your divine abundance. You have good juju. This is a time of increase for you. You are heiress to a rich heritage of divine prosperity. Woo, ashe, ashe. Oh, we call that in. We embrace that. Accept your ancestral inheritance. I feel affirmed because I came in hot talking about the ancestors. So Good juju is abundance. Luck is being supported by the universe. Abundance is the goddess way. Just as you want abundance for those who come after you, your creator embraces wealth for you too. And so this week, we can also add to our goddess declaration, all I do is win. I love this reading. I love this reading. So yeah, let's see here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, 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 yes. Even if you think on the collective side and what's going on in Mama Earth, anger, we have to help her heal. Exactly. To not be angry. Yeah, this can be deep. Yeah. At least in your mind. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So this reading, it kind of aligns with this waning moon time where it's like, what do we need to release and let go of? I will say in this oracle deck, Sekhmet is all about, I think it's Sekhmet. No, Medusa, I think it is all about having righteous anger. Where's Medusa? 46. How does she say it? I'm going to read Medusa really quickly. But anywho, it's important for us to be looking at, releasing things that aren't serving us. For some of us, it may actually be something around being angry at something. But I love what you just said, Bliss. It's kind of like, yeah, we need to be looking at our own anger, but we also need to be understanding that, Mother Earth is letting us know we need to be doing something to help her also. Just all the stuff that we see happening. Where are we? Where are you, Medusa? There we are. Oh, rage, sacred rage. Yeah. I'm going to read this one really quickly just because I think this is connected. So it says, Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster bitch. The truth, this Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified, which we could say that about Mother Earth. Her rage is sacred and fully justified. You are pissed off and petrified, angry and shaking, but underneath that, you are hurt and heartbroken. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. Okay, let's see. Sacred rage. You have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. I really want y'all to understand that because I think most of us don't get angry enough. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies. That's what Bliss made me think of. So just get clear on what's happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings and to see truth. Just because you feel threatened doesn't mean you are being threatened. So, yeah. Call on the protection of Durga too. Durga, Oya, Sekhmet, Pele, with grace and ease, with grace and ease, with grace and ease. So I hope that has been helpful to you all. Where is this? I have so many oracle decks up here right now because I've been doing readings, and I just had it. Okay. I am going to pull an affirmation just to round it out. Where are we? What's an oracle reading we could do here? I mean, affirmation. I know we have our goddess declarations, but I like this one. Just affirm all week. I don't know if y'all can see that. I am vibrant. I am vibrant. My bright energy glows onto everyone I encountered. We had several sun transits this week, so I like that one. I am vibrant. Tap into your inner vibrance, your inner brilliance, your inner essence, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you. Which one? Is it Medusa? Yeah, yeah, take this all into life this week. I think that we can get quite a bit of done. It's not exactly these are some transits where you can get some things done this week. I always kind of looking at it like, okay, am I gonna feel lazy or am I going to want to get some things done? So I think you can get quite a bit done this week. Um, yeah, I think that's what I have, y'all. Yes, Medusa. I thought so. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. I feel like I've been in a little bit of a tornado, so I'm slowly but surely grounding it, and yeah, hopefully I'll bring some dance again soon. Those men should have left Medusa alone, like she told them. She's like, I told you what to do, and I told you what not to do, didn't she? You're so welcome. Thank y'all so much for being here. I always love being here. I would love it if you would just let me know. We're going to stitch out. What are you taking with you today? Woo! I am Tyra, and I am taking perspective. Like I'm taking deep wisdom to really ponder on. I think I'm also taking this energy of comfort, comfort in the discomfort. And it's all connected to this beautiful goddess tradition that we have that I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And also to the ancestors, just like, wow, feeling more and more connected. So, yeah. This week, what I want to let go of, or what I want to focus on releasing and letting go of in this waning moon cycle is I think right now what I need to release and let go of, and it's so scary to me, is staying plugged into what's happening in the world. It almost feels like I can't, especially as a spiritual guide. I don't want to be living in the clouds when like literally the earth is burning. But I don't need to be tuned into, and I haven't been. I really have watched probably 90% less news than I was before the US election. So I just need to I need to be more like in tune to just me right now. I just need to be a little bit quiet. So I need to continue to release and let go, being too external, too much on social, YouTube, all of that, which I'm not on social a whole lot anymore, but the little bit that I am, it's not necessary. Like it is for my job. I have to be on social for my job, but yeah. Yes, nice to spend the morning with you. I am Sharmika and I'm taking peace, Ashe. Oh, I am Ocean Kimmy and I'm taking self-expression with me. Yes, I love it, love it, love it. So yeah, I'm gonna put some music on and we're gonna go on ahead and take it out. Let's see here. What are we gonna play today, y'all? I think I want to play something that's a little bit fun. Let's see. It might be a little bit. I don't know. This music, I buy, and I have a subscription where I can buy music and play it and not have to worry about getting dinged. But sometimes it's like, man, this is a little chill. But I don't remember which one is which. Let's try this one. This one sounds fun. This one sounds fun. Might be loud. it is. I'm sorry. I just have my, oh, that's it. I'm like, I have my Yes, have a great weekend. I guess I'll get up and dance. Come on, Ocean Kimmy. Hey. I like this. It's African. Dance with me. Hey, hey. Are we done? Are we can't one? Oh, good. Let's dance. Let's dance. Hey. Woo. Hey. Yes. Okay, let me find another one. Woo, this song is pretty nice, Shamika. I agree. That's one of the reasons I downloaded it. All right, I'm gonna put one on that I know kind of well. Let's go to Belly Dance World. Y'all know this one. I just want to have fun. I want to have fun. I need fun. Shaking off working and being so serious all the time. That's what I'm shaking off. What are you shaking off? Y'all still here? Are we dancing? Are we dancing? Okay. Oh, yay. Yes. Yes. hit Brazil. Ocean Kimmy. Who else knows Brazil? Oh, yes. All right, I got something for you, Ocean Kimmy. Who knows Zumba out there? Who knows Zumba? Ready? Single, single, double. Hey. Beethoven shuffle, baby. I have some notes on the wall. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Yeah. You remember it all. It's just in my body. I don't even remember all of it, all the names. But yeah, the cat's I love it. All right, y'all. I'm going to get moving. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Remember to dance. Remember to dance, Goddess. Remember to dance. Even if you think you don't know how to dance, dance. Hey.